But today we are doing another premium collection, and I believe it's one that I'll have a small gripe with. But we'll get into that later. This box is very interesting, and I was very surprised that they did this for Armarouge, but Armarouge, who is featured in this, didn't have a box as well. Seems a little weird. It's also interesting that it is fire themed because they are both fire, although he is fire psychic and Armarouge is fire ghost. So I would have honestly preferred if they, even though this guy seems to be more fire-like, if they would have done it as this is a psychic designed box, and then the other one would be a ghost design. Or just do them both as fire, you know, whatever. So first things first, let's get to these promo cards. So our first one here is the Chardette, which this isn't technically a promo. It is from Paradox Rift, I believe, but it does have a unique holo effect that it doesn't normally have. Therefore, it's kind of a promo, it just doesn't say it down there. So that's why the price will be a bit higher. Probably still not even $1. Then, of course, we have the Armarouge, who feels like it was just kind of getting the shaft this time around. I don't know, I was struggling to decide which one of the two I liked more for the longest time, and nah, they're equal to me. So I would have preferred if that also got a special box, but instead, we just get, just like that Chardette, a slightly different version of the Armarouge card having this unique holo effect. And of course, you get a code card, woo! And our main feature promo is, of course, the Full Art Armarouge EX. This one is actually a promo, number 125 from Scarlet and Violet. Pretty basic full art, at least if you ask me. But I feel like most of these full arts feel pretty basic. The ones like this, like a generic background. I mean, this one's kind of swooshy, I suppose. But just a basic full art Armarouge. So this is where my gripe comes in. You might recognize this. It might seem a bit familiar. And I'm just disappointed. So they actually had Ultra Pro make this thing. And if I can get the base open, that would be nice. You can see it right there. It says like Pokemon trading card game. But then on that end, you just have the Ultra Pro logo. So Pokemon Company worked with them for this little product. But this is a kind of fire themed? No, okay. Never mind. My gripe is gone. It is still kind of fire themed. It is a very fiery design. Of course, it still has all of the elements up top. But let me get the card in here, then I'll explain more. So it does have a hinge mechanism down there and a magnet on the top. So you gotta be pretty precise with getting your card in here. Although, it feels like the cutout this time around is a bit more forgiving. Maybe I'm just thinking of the other hoarders that they did. Then we can stick it in its stand. Now let's get this box out of the way. And, yeah, they've done it before. And I was going to complain, and I'm still a little upset. But, by the way, I put the Skeletorge in there because that was actually pulled in that same video as from the Charizard Premium Collection. But I pulled the Skeletorge and I like him more, so he got to go in the stand. Watch the video, you'll understand. But I assumed that they had to use the exact same thing again. And no, they actually didn't. You can look at the design there, and it's a different design. You can especially tell a lot more on the back. This is a much more vibrant red. It's a different pattern and all of that. Of course, different copyright year down there. So it's kind of dumb, because I would have preferred if they tried to, like, you know, this was the first one, right? Then the next one, do like a different color to represent a different type, and then just work your way through all of the typing, so you have at least one frame for each of them. But it feels like we basically just got two fires, which feels kind of goofy. So I still have a minor gripe with it, but it's not bad. Anyways, return the box, and of course we have our sleeves, which are actually back blacked. I am okay with that. So we have 65 card sleeves as always. And unlike the card holder that you just saw, these were not made by Ultra Pro. These are the standard ones made by the Pokemon Company. Although they feel a lot nicer, being this nice matte they're still just the standard ones that you'll get in like ETBs and stuff. Although, of course, featuring their own very special artwork. I really do like these sleeves. I feel like a lot of the ETB sleeves anymore I'm just not enjoying, but these ones do feel special. So with all of that out of the way, I believe all we have left are the packs. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 packs, that being Temporal Forces, Paradox Rift, Obsidian Flames, Temporal Forces, Paradox Rift, and Obsidian Flames. So I guess we'll start off with the Obsidian Flames, which I believe, yes, that is the oldest set that they have featured in this box. I do believe, yeah, Paradox Rift, I'm fairly certain came after Obsidian Flames. That's what my brain is saying anyways. There is the code card, and we have the Pidgey, Combee, Varoom, Larvitar, Mawile, Bouffalant, the Crabominable, Ortega Poniard, and the Thundurus. Next up, we have the Paradox Rift, which I do believe was the set that I did the pre-release video on when my house flooded. Very interesting video. Maybe that'll be the video I'll link at the end. We'll see. Yeah, I had a house flood, and half of my apartment like wasn't usable, and that included like my filming set. And I was like, no, I am getting this video out. And so I made this dinky little set on the floor. Oh, it was so bad, but man, I did it. I got that video filmed, I got it edited, and I got it out basically right on time. I feel like for me, in like 10 years, that's still going to be one of the most memorable times on this channel. Like, don't get me wrong, whenever I film these videos, I'm usually in a kind of uncomfortable posture because of the way that this has to be filmed. But that was like an all new level. I was like knees to chest, like laying on the floor. Like I was using, I don't remember what it was, like things like prop up the camera and prop up the lights and like this like makeshift background. Such a just makeshift video. It was honestly really fun to do, even if it like hurt me in the short term. We have the Iron Valiant, of course, as a reverse here. Interesting. I don't think I've noticed that before, where it's white down there instead of black. The not set symbol, because they changed the name. It's not set symbols anymore, they're just letters now, which is kind of boring. But I wonder if all the reverses are like that. I just don't think I ever paid attention. Either way, Iron Valiant quickly became like my favorite from Scarlet and Violet, so always happy to get it as any form of holo. We have the Keldeo, and we have the Iron Crown EX. Probably pretty standard, but I haven't pulled it yet, so pretty happy to get it. Kind of wild that I haven't pulled a standard EX from the set yet. Oh, that was Temporal Forces. That makes more sense. Yeah, no, okay. It makes sense that I have not yet pulled this EX. I still had Paradox Rift on the brain. Anyways, going to our next Obsidian Flames. And let's see, pull out the code card. We have the Town Store, the Cryogonungumomo, Totogapi, the Bonsley, the Beartick, Bronzong, Flamingo. We have the Crab Brawler, the Houndstone, the Scovillian. Scovillian is how you pronounce that, right? I assume. And an energy. Not doing super great so far, not gonna lie. Little upset. Probably because I judged it too harshly and now it's punishing me. We have 2 packs to go. We have another Paradox Rift. And that has our code card, Elekid, Tinkatuff, the Trubbish, the Crustle, Crocalor, Tulip, Dondozo, our reverse ancient booster energy capsule, and there we go. What a beautiful looking card with this Garchomp EX. It's always the cards where they go very light with the holo effect that I tend to appreciate more. Like, when you are allowing the artwork to do its job and to carry the card, instead of just, like, plastering it with holo effect. Don't get me wrong, I like the shiny shine. The shiny shine can look cool. But sometimes it's nicer to just let the artwork speak for itself. And this is a beautiful terastallized Garchomp EX full art. It's also a secret rare, but that doesn't mean anything anymore. Number 245 of 182. So many secret rares. Literally, there's no point in even using that phrase anymore, that term anymore. I really hope that after Scarlet and Violet, they go back on that. It's so dumb. Like, I'm not saying I want less good-looking cards. Keep the amount there, but stop calling anything that is above a holo a secret rare. It's stupid. I know it's not everything above a holo, but it might as well be. Either way, extremely happy to get this guy, and there's still a chance for something behind him, Galissapod. And we are on to our final pack, going all the way back up to the Temporal Forces. So, split this one open. Also, I think I refer to this as the newest set. I don't recall. If this video is going to be out, it's either going to be right before our next set releases, or right after. So that could have been poor timing. I'm recording this. I'm cutting it close. I don't remember where this one is going to be. Oh god, because I always fast track those videos. Like whenever a new set releases. The Haunter, the Pikachu, the Iron Valiant, the Sandy Shocks, Runiclus, sure. Reverse Fortress, you again, of course. I can't say your name. We have to get it twice. And then we have the Metal. So only 2 pulls. One of which is what I assume is just going to be a standard, like, sub $1 EX card. But I mean, this one is nice and special, and I feel like it made this whole box worth it. Because I'm a good consumer and refuse to experience buyer's remorse. I have to justify my purchases. Anyways, it's now time for a bonus card of the day. Explanation right down there. And we have pulling from the back. Pretty standard, like, textured matte sleeve. But we're gonna pull that out. And some whitening up there in the corner, but really not a whole lot going on. I'm gonna have to go modern, but I'm thinking, how modern? 2020? 2018, 2 years off. We have the Latios Prism Star. I know that these cards aren't super special. You guys have already seen the value down there. It's not super high. I just love them. I got back into Pokemon card collecting at, like, the tail end of this being a thing, where you could get Prism Star cards. I pulled a couple, like, very few, because, like I said, it was at the very tail end of it when I got back into this. If you watch the old videos on this channel, I think it was a Darkrai Prism Star that we pulled that I was super stoked about. Then I learned it was, like, worth nothing, at least at the time. And I was like, why? It's such a cool looking card. These things weren't super rare, but they're definitely not super common to just come across out in the wild anymore. And seeing as I pretty much never buy these singles online, that means that I did find this, at a store in my local area. So, cool. Latios Prism Star. Of course, getting legendaries on Prism Star is always a nice little boost. So, if you guys enjoyed the video, click that button down below, give it a like, and like I said, I guess I'll link that Paradox Rift video from the pre-release. I really do hope that you guys have enjoyed, and hopefully, I'll still have you guys next time. Goodbye for now.